Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to MasonsADV for 2023. As you can see, the Ducati is sitting here patiently waiting for spring. Actually, this year's reminded me a lot of the winter of 2015-2016 when I bought the KLR, and I had a bit of a chance to ride it in the fall, put some kilometers on it, and then it sat. The same things happened to me this year with the DesertX. The big difference being that the year I bought the KLR, I had a lot of mods and upgrades I wanted to do to it. The DesertX is a little different. It's pretty much ready to go. I just need a little bit of stuff to make it the way I want it for camping and traveling, and it needs protection. Now, the protection side of it is sort of what I've been waiting for, and unfortunately, I still do not have the Ducati off-road package, which is the skid plate, the crash bars, the water pump guard, and the brush guards. That I'm still waiting for, unfortunately. And you know, it's funny because 1 week rolls into the next, but originally that's where I wanted to start, was with the Ducati crash protection and then move through the rest of the bike. So I've kind of sort of ignored the machine here for a while, just trying to keep my head down, waiting for the parts to come in, waiting for winter to end. And as you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day. We had a snowstorm this morning, so we're not out of the woods yet, but I think we're getting close enough that some of this stuff that I've got kicking around that I've collected for the bike needs to start going on. So the KLR got winterized. It is ready to go. Oil changed, washed, carb drained, chain lubed, everything that I typically do to it. I didn't do the valves because last year I didn't put enough kilometers on it to bother getting into it. It was done the year before. And so it's ready to go. So that project is complete and done. I haven't had to play with it at all. On the Ducati, the only thing I have done this winter so far is install the double take mirrors and build my dash. I upgraded to a bigger GPS. I'm having a hard time seeing the 66 Garmin. The screen's just too small. My eyes are great at distance, but I'm losing that up close, as a lot of you, I'm sure, can relate. So the larger Montana 700, I'm hoping, will make a big difference this year, and of course my phone. So rather than strip parts off of the KLR, I want it left ready to go for the guys or Old Mason or myself to ride this year. And so I didn't take anything off that. I just bought new stuff for this. So I got a new phone mount. The Montana obviously has a different mount for it as well. It charges through. I did my electrical wiring in the back in here, and before I built my dash riser, I waited for this WRS windscreen to come in. This is the middle of the road one. The stock is down here somewhere, this one, and then there's a touring one. I bought the one in the middle. I had some buffeting of my helmet last fall, and I'm hoping that fixes the problem. But of course, I haven't had a chance to ride it, so we're not going to get into that. The dash is just a piece of 1/8 aluminum that I drilled to fit behind the main display, put it in, mounted my phone, mounted the GPS, but I haven't had a chance to test it or ride it yet. So hopefully everything's good, but those are some of the little things I'll have to work through this year. Like I mentioned, double take mirrors are on. The only other thing I have done is the Evotech front cylinder guard. And that was a little bit of a nightmare. I did strip a bolt putting that on. Everything on this bike has red Loctite on it, and the heads aren't real strong. So even with a really high quality Allen key on a socket, I still managed to strip one. It took me a while to get it out, but that's fixed and on, and everything is good. Now, Old Mason, no, I'm sorry, Shooter Tech this year had to do his fork seals. We get into a lot of dust and water and debris, and he has inverted forks like this. Fork seals on his bike finally went. The KLR, of course, they're all, it's a traditional fork, and it has the old rubber cover on it. These ones are a little bit less protected. So I thought what I would do is install the I'm pretty sure they're Moose Racing. Yeah, the Moose Racing fork skins. And they just zip on. Quite simple design. And they just zip onto the fork tube. And there's a zip tie that needs to go around the top, and then you can take them off, wash them, put them back on as you go. But it stops anything from nicking and dinging the tube and the dust from running up under. So I'm going to run those this year, and hopefully that helps. Other things, I have an air filter to put on the bike, an oilable air filter. I have a Perun rear rack. The rear rack's going to be interesting because last year I ran my Moscow Moto luggage on here. I built a little bracket to go on the side just to give it a bit of support. But now, of course, with the Perun rack, my bags are going to move back slightly, so this may not work anymore. I may have to build another bracket for there. Otherwise, I'm pretty much ready to ride. There's some things coming down the pipeline from Ducati. One is the plastic guard that goes on the bottom of the rear shock. That's they're doing that. They're giving us those under warranty. And apparently there's a side stand swap too, a little shorter. They stand pretty upright, especially when they're loaded. So those two things, hopefully I can get done. And like I said, unfortunately, I'm still waiting for my protection. And then we can see about how this skid plate and crash bars go on. I really like the Ducati design because it's got a great big bar that comes down and protects this water pump. A lot of the other options just have a plastic cover that goes over this. And, well, you guys know what we get into. The bikes are on their sides a fair bit on the trips, and I just want to protect it as best I can. So that's why I'm waiting for that, but I can only wait so long. I guess we'll have to see what happens. It was ordered in October. It's March. I'm hoping that what they're doing is shipping it to guys in other parts of the world that are riding right now, and they're going to get them out to us here shortly, but even my dealer doesn't have a clue. They, every time I call, the date's changed. So, yeah, anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully it arrives and I can get them on before we get into much heavy riding this year. So that's what I've been up to. Sort of just been keeping my head down. Excited to get the KLR back out, and I'm hoping Old Mason can come up and ride with me a bit on that. And the Ducati is really kind of ready to go. I mean, other than just protecting it, it certainly is rideable and ready. I think what we'll do here is we'll get the other stuff on that I can do, and then we'll see what happens. So yeah, a little bit of an update for you guys. Got some cool stuff to check out on the bike once I can get out and riding. Like I said, I really want to test that windscreen and my dash riser. See how all that works. See if I can see that GPS a little bit better. Other than that, my wirings run from my tank bag to charge all the cameras and stuff. And that's it. Yeah. So anyway, I hope everyone's had a great winter. Hope everyone's ready for another great riding season, unless of course you've been riding year round, which I mean is fantastic. But for those of us sitting at home, I know we're excited about it. All right guys, on that note, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks again for watching. Mind how you go, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.
Hey guys, if you liked that video, hit the thumbs up button for us. It goes a long way towards helping out the channel. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button in the upper corner for new videos every Sunday. Be glad to have you along for the ride.